And they are the first direwolves to have walked the earth in more than 10,000 years. A biotech company says it brought back the species in 2024. It's called de-extinction. What an awful word. Colossal Biosciences CEO Ben Lamm says he's creating modern-day Noah's Ark by restoring lost species.
I think it's an opportunity to undo the sins of the past. Some of these animals have a cultural significance to certain types of people. And then there's also an important ecological function that many of them play. It's just like existing species today. We should care about existing species today and preserving them.
Right, but you know, there is an argument that would say in the natural course of evolution, some arrive, some become extinct, new ones come along. You know,
that's true. That is 100% true. But what people don't sometimes forget about is that we are in the sixth mass extinction so there's been 5 mass extinctions before us, but we as humans are accelerating that, right? And so a lot of things that we're doing with like deforestation and overfishing the ocean and pollution, we are accelerating the rate of extinction. And we have to figure out how we can out-innovate the take that we have from nature.
Besides the philosophical issue of extinction, is there a practical, we need these beasts?
Yes, we do need these beasts for a couple of reasons. Number one, many of them play a crucial role in their ecosystem. They're called keystone species. So when you remove them, you'll get overpopulation of a species. You'll get certain types of fauna, and flora and fauna, so species of both birds and animals, but also like different types of plants can go extinct, and it can have this ripple effect. But then secondly, there's also massive amounts of data that we sometimes lose, like species like birds have significantly better immune systems than us. So we should study that to see how it could also be applied to humans. So if you don't care about animals, you should care about animals because they help humans.
Right. We'll talk about de-extinction in a minute, but this conservation idea, which is the other part of the coin, which is often, I mean, it's the less sexy bit.
Yes, it doesn't get the headlines. Yes, right. It doesn't get headlines. Like dire wolves and mammoths get a lot more headlines.
So what do you do with conservation?
So all the technologies that we develop on the path to de-extinction, we open source for conservation. But one of the things that we're announcing here at the World Government Summit, which we thought was the right place to do it, is to build the world's first biovault. There's not an existing, like the equivalent of the seed vault for seeds for animals. And we need to start backing up all life on Earth, because while conservation works, it's not working at the speed of which we're eradicating species.
When you say biovault, I immediately said Noah's Ark. Two of each.
It's very, well, I guess we get a lot of the Jurassic Park reference. So I think people say, well, I guess half their business is Jurassic Park and half their business is Noah's Ark. So I do think that we've seen a couple headlines today that are very Noah's Ark-y, but it is true. It's like, how do we back up and preserve not just one of each, but how do we preserve as many as we can from a cell line perspective, because then we can preserve the genetic diversity.
When you brought back the wolf, what was that like?
It was crazy.
How did it feel to watch the thing be born?
Yeah, it was. I cried. I was emotional. I was actually in London, so I did it through FaceTime. This is terrible.
You couldn't even arrange your schedule to be back there.
No. So I was in London launching our foundation. So when people were like, "Oh, we just love de-extinction," I was launching our Colossal Foundation with $50 million to help launch saving species. And so I did cry, but I was on FaceTime.
So now we come to the dodo, my favorite, because I went to Mauritius, I saw the dodo.
It's the symbol of human-caused extinction, right or wrong. Like
it was the first one.
Yeah,
it was the first mammal.
Bird.
It was the first bird or species where man could trace extinction to man's activity.
And said we did exactly that.
Right.
Yes.
Now, how long before you think a dodo?
So we don't have a hard date. We've already set some crazy big goals out there for our mammoth and other projects. But what I will tell you is in the next 5 to 7 years, I'm very confident we'll have dodos back.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I do need to ask us, even though I know the answer now because you told me 5 minutes ago, are you going to bring back a dinosaur? Because we do have bones from dinosaurs of millions of years ago.
But they're rocks. They're fossils, and so
what?
So they're
so there's no no. So there's no real bones of dinosaurs.
So they are a fossilization of the bones that existed, right? And so they're not real. They are real in the form of the fact that they exist, but there's no DNA in them because they have become rocks. And so the oldest DNA we work with is about 1.3 million years old. It's on one of our mammoth genomes, and so I don't like to say impossible, but I don't think it's likely we will ever find DNA that's 65 million years old that's intact enough that we could bring back the dinosaur. And that makes some people very sad and makes some people very happy.
That which leads me to my final question. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. If you could find it, would you and should you bring back a dinosaur?
So if it advanced technology and advanced education, because they say that dinosaurs are like the gateway drugs for kids to science, and if we made a small dinosaur that was not scary, and that's the DNA we find, but knowing like today's like geopolitics, our luck would be like we only would find like megalodon, right? And so we wouldn't do something like that. But if we ever did find a very small, happy little dinosaur that could inspire kids and nations were excited about it, then yeah, sure, we'd work on it.